Hey everyone, and welcome to Candid. So I am today in the warehouse studio and live stream studio of one of our clients, Aratta. They sell absolutely gorgeous products, as you can tell. The idea behind it is that you have kind of your basics, say an easy denim jean with a white top, and then topped off with something crazy and a bit fun, and these statement pieces work really well for this business. We've been working with them for nearly a year now. A fantastic business run by Susanna. What we love about their business is they have got sales coming through their ears, which is a fantastic place to be. And I always say, get sales first and then sort the operations. And so one of the areas that we've been talking today together on and just kind of making the connections with is the ability for Susanna and the Aratta team to connect up all of their systems. So this business is doing a substantial amount of revenue, and with that comes operational complexity, which really can impact the Faire-based business. So everything that we're trying to do to help and support this business is focused predominantly on the operations side. So if we walk through that in the first instance on operations, what does that mean? So as we start to get Faire orders come in at the top end of the funnel, they then filter down into disparate systems that this business has. Not to get into too much of the weeds, but there are a lot of them. What we always encourage businesses, and what can you do as a brand on Faire, is making sure that you've got obviously your connection from Faire. Predominantly, most of the businesses we work with have a direct consumer presence through Shopify, and I would definitely encourage you to utilize that. It's where you're going to make most of your sales from a perspective of like your direct consumer. The second part about choosing Shopify as your base platform is it then enables you to get out to all of the other platforms and marketplaces, and that's really good for you to grow your business because Shopify is quickly becoming the default standard that integrations always work into. And this is where one of the areas we're working with. So Susanna has an awesome team focused on all of their operations, but what we do need to make sure that Susanna is supported on is that those people aren't spending their time doing manual tasks. So this is where we recommend a company called Syncware. Syncware connects up Faire to Shopify and a whole bunch of other platforms. Obviously, Faire and Shopify have their direct integration already. We highly encourage you to use that. We recommend using it for order sync and inventory sync. We don't normally recommend the price sync just because it starts to come a bit of issues if you're making changes on your direct consumer side, and then that's then affecting wholesale. And wholesale typically prefer kind of a more set pricing. So that's the first part. The second part is then as you've got the order into Shopify, then how are you managing that? So we were having discussions around your courier selection. So roughly kind of 5 to 10% of this particular business's sales want USPS because they're cheaper shipping, but that's where we get most of our issues from actually. So we are actively encouraging our retailers to push on UPS, not USPS. So that courier shipment position is really important, and making sure that you're making it easier for them. So we know, for example, that we have a higher failure rate on USPS than we do on UPS. So even though UPS costs us more, we're actually saving more money in the long term because we don't have to have the additional stock held back because we're not losing orders, for example. The third part is once you've got your integration set up, once you've got your shipment set up, what are all of the other areas that you can utilize to make more sales? So as you can see, Aratta has some gorgeous products and they do a lot of live shopping. So how can you make use of all the content that you have across a wide variety of platforms? So we see this a lot of people utilizing and making beautiful content on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, and more, Etsy, etc. But then they're not utilizing that across their Faire platform. So for example, we have these swing tags. So this is item number 79, which if you think about it, I mean, I'm looking around, there's a couple that are like items number 339. And so every single one of those could be cut up and used into individual videos that go on that individual product, particularly for fashion. Why is that important? Well, what you're going to see here with this product is how does it drape, right? And we're going to show that off. Not that I'm a model from a fashion perspective, but how does it drape? What do the swing tags look like? What size it is? So I am 6 foot tall, nearly 6'1", as an adult male. Obviously, this is not a male's. But you can see that then. What does it look like on the model? So as you start to get into those other areas, you want to be making all of your content for all of your platforms. One of the other things that we were speaking about, I guess item number 4, is how to manage your stock across a variety. So we're selling through New Order, pumped into Apparel Magic, we sell through Faire, we sell through Shopify and other marketplaces. And then we've got manual wholesale orders as well. So behind me, there is a Sprinter van. Actually, in front of me is a Sprinter van. They've got multiple Sprinter vans where, and on the screen, you should see kind of like how they set those racks up. The racks go into the Sprinter vans and they have mobile shows, which are awesome, but that's kind of more stock that you need to keep back for the business. So what we're recommending is one stock pots. So everything goes into that one stock pot. It's then in the warehouse, it's barcoded, labeled correctly. And then we know, okay, we have 100 of this individual product, of which we have already sold through pre-sales on Faire, enough to cover our cash costs. That is a massive unlock for fashion businesses because the amount of money you've got stuck in stock can absolutely destroy fashion businesses. Fashion businesses go out of business because they overstock and undersell. All you can do to avoid that is obviously reduce down your costs and make sure you're not spending too much on a cash cost basis. So that we're just kind of focusing on that. Then once you've got that one stock pot, you do your pre-sales, you do your sales, and then if you do have retailers that are wanting to hold back stock or wanting you to hold back stock, it's then a very clear decision on, okay, well, actually I'm sold out of this item outside of what I'm holding back for my other retailers who are looking for replenishments. And so we're saying to those retailers, it's a bit retailer unfriendly, and normally I'm super retailer friendly, but it's saying, okay, actually we're gonna make this sale. If you need the stock, then you have to purchase it. Otherwise we're holding that cash cost. And then what we're doing on top of that is then commit to the pre-order, make the pre-order, and then you can make those shipments on an ongoing basis. So lots of opportunity there to kind of continue to optimize. The other area then is talking about manufacturing, and we went into depth on manufacturing, and I think this would be interesting for the audience to hear. A couple of areas that I would pick up. So with a wide variety of products, especially the treatments that this particular business does, is you've got a wide variety of manufacturers. With those manufacturers comes additional complexity. And what we typically find with most brands that we work with is that you can really reduce down the amount of factories that you're working with, get significant volume through them, and only move if you're going to get really, really preferential pricing, or you're starting to get, issues because your retailer or so your manufacturer understands that you're only working with them, for example. So I would avoid that. But outside of that, typically most businesses have one or two really great factories that they love working with. Move the volume to them, reward them. We in particular see really great success with Chinese manufacturers. And we've in the past previously had more issues with countries outside of that. I won't name names, it's obviously not what we want to get into, but we see really great success with China delivering on time when they say they want to. The other area that we were talking about was quality control. We have an absolutely stellar product here, and making sure that that quality control is happening at every step of the way. So the team has a US-based warehouse that is doing all the quality control, so nothing goes out, but we can reduce that cost on a quality control basis by getting some of that done in China. We recommend a company called HQTS. They are an amazing business. They charge you $100 per day per person. These people go to the nth degree. They look at everything under a microscope, and then they force your manufacturer to go back, review what they've done, and actually make it right before it hits the factory. So it hits the warehouse, so it's not leaving the factory. And that's another area that we were recommending today. So a lot of opportunities for this business to grow even further. An amazing business already, really grateful to be working with them. Incredible product. Once you've got a product that's selling, then it becomes operations. The great things about operations and making them solid is that everything can be done as long as it's set up, or everything can be sorted out as long as it's been set up in the right way, and you're not selling a product for too cheap. So these guys are getting great margins. They've got a great product. Everyone is happy along the way. We now just need to kind of like sort out those operations. So that's the area that we've been focusing on. A couple hundred reviews for this business. We're continuing to grow that, upping what they've got on their videos, images, etc. And it's just an absolute blast of a client to work with. So if you guys do get the chance, please do check them out. Aratta, amazing products, and everything that we're doing there to help them to continue to sell more is working really well. So thank you for listening in. If there's anything else you guys want to see, we are on our US road trip in January, where so far I've been in LA, Vancouver, so I should say North America road trip, LA, Vancouver, Dallas, Atlanta, Kansas City, Nashville, Tennessee, New York, and then San Fran and back. So we are going quite a wide variety of areas. If you would want to kind of check us out, we are meeting our clients as we go through this road trip. So we're going to quite a few different states, and we will be coming back and doing more road trips throughout the year. So do leave a message, sign up for our YouTube channel and our mailing list, and you'll find out when we are making those trips and going around the country. We are hitting the trade shows this particular time on Dallas and Atlanta. If you are at Dallas and Atlanta, please do shout in January. I would love to come and meet you and see your businesses and see how we can help. Hopefully you've taken a lot of value from watching this video. If you have, please like, subscribe and follow for more. Of course, if you are doing this to learn, that's amazing. That's exactly what we try to do. If you need a bit of a hand with the business and want to hire the experts on it, then we are always willing to talk. So please do contact us through the website, where we will help you grow your Faire business and more. Typically, we find that a lot of the areas that we're really polishing on Faire will then impact all of your other areas in the business. We are the best in the world at this. I have checked out everyone else, and I'm convinced that we do the best for the best price. And that is, I think, a really great proposition for us on the Candid Founders business. So of course, like, subscribe, follow for more, and I'll see you guys later.